Hi, I'm CJ, and this is Racin-n-Braisin, a show where I talk about the weekend race and what's going on in the world of NASCAR, my reactions to it, all while I'm cooking some food for Sunday dinner. This week's menu has ribs on the agenda with a nice dry rub to it that I'm going to throw in the oven, and a broccoli and apple slaw to go along with it. It should be delicious, and hopefully I get the timing right that I get these ribs out of the oven and rested and ready to go for the last chance qualifier on today's clash at Bowman Gray Stadium. Now, while I get these guys together, I'm going to slab them with some mustard and some dry rub and get them wrapped up tightly into some tin foil before I get them in the oven. I do want to talk about Saturday's race, the qualifying, the practice, and the 4 heat races that the Cup Series put on there at Bowman Gray. And I got a gripe. I don't know if everybody's going to agree with this, but I think there's kind of a general consensus on this in the circles. Although watching a couple of reaction videos this morning, it seemed like everybody was all excited. Whoop-de-doo, lap 5 of the first heat race. 2 hotheads, Kyle Busch and Justin Haley, go after it. What do you think's going to happen when you put those two in the same group in a tight little quarter-mile track and they get to beating and banging on each other? They've got a history, and you know they're going to get mad at each other. And then what's up with NASCAR trying to tell Kyle Busch to calm down? Now, I don't like Kyle Busch, but whatever happened to have at it, boys? I mean, come on, NASCAR. You want us to watch a tight quarter mile track, short track racing that's notorious for beating and banging and fist fights and middle fingers, and you're telling Kyle Busch to calm down? That's just dumb. But anyways, I digress. What I really want to say about yesterday is that NASCAR has got to figure out what to do about this short track package. Because once again, you've put a exhibition race on in a tight little quarter-mile short track with a car that just does not perform at short tracks. Aside from those first couple laps in the first heat race last night, every other race, minus the little Allmendinger Nemechek thing in, what was that, race 4, it was just follow the leader. They got spread out, and this car once again showed that it is not designed for short track racing. And we want to make the clash a thing at short tracks because, you know, that's the roots of NASCAR, and we're trying to get back to the roots. Well, why don't you get back to a car that actually performs on short tracks instead of putting this crappy product out there? I mean, the Clash, you know, that's the kickoff for the year. That's supposed to get all of us excited. And last night, I was ready for frickin' bed. I mean, NASCAR, come on now, get your act together. This is ridiculous. Why can't we put the Clash on like a mile and a half where this particular car actually puts on a good show? Like this time of year, I know it's kind of hard to find a mile and a half, but you got Darlington right down the road. That's a mile and a third, right? And that's been a good show the past couple of years. Why can't we do something there? That's a historic track, and it ticks all the boxes for this next gen car, right? So let's do something like that instead of going to these small ass tracks where this car just is not going to perform. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. Maybe y'all can agree or disagree on that, but that's what I got to say about Saturday's action at Bowman Gray. The only other thing that I'll like play my own devil's advocate about on that one is that, it was only what, 14 cars. How many cars was it? It wasn't that many on the track at a single time. So maybe tonight with the last chance qualifier and the clash itself, by having a couple more cars out there, there's less space. There's going to be more beating and banging, and maybe tempers will flare a little bit more. And these folks that paid all this money for Bowman Gray Clash tickets are actually going to get a good show. I say that hesitantly. Maybe. I just don't see it happen. To me, if they get strung out, if they get into the follow the leader mode like they're so good at doing with this car, you're not going to be able to get to the car in front of you and give them a love tap. It's just not going to happen. So, I mean, come on, NASCAR. Let's get our act together. If anything, put the Clash back at Daytona for a year, before, while you figure out a better track to send this particular car to. Now, I know that's not going to happen, especially next year. You heard, if you were watching the coverage last night, you heard Fox themselves say that Saturday and Sunday, all tickets, camping and grandstands, were sold out for Bowman Gray. And NASCAR as a corporation loves hearing that, which means we're guaranteed to be going back to Bowman Gray next year. Regardless of the product that actually gets produced on the track, NASCAR sold a bunch of tickets, and they see that as a win and a success. And I'm sorry, that's not how you measure that in my eyes as a fan. As a fan, I want to see a good product on the TV or if I'm there at the track. Now, I'm not going to go spend the money to go see an exhibition event like that. I'll go spend the money to go see an actual good product at like a mile and a half or something like that. So, I mean, that's just my thoughts on this. I'm going to get back to rubbing this pork, get it put in the oven here soon. And got about 3 hours until that last chance qualifier comes on. Hopefully we get a better product tonight. We'll see. I'm going to be doing this every week, talking about NASCAR and what my thoughts are on what's going on. I'm also a big old IMSA fan. I really enjoy that racing. In fact, I was at the Rolex 24 last week, and that was a blast. So I will definitely be talking about and maybe covering a little bit of the IMSA coverage throughout the season, if that's something y'all are interested in too. But mainly, as you can see from the flag behind me, I'm a NASCAR guy, and that's what I'm going to talk about on this channel, as well as tell you what I'm cooking for the weekend, and maybe give you a couple of tips and tricks that I know, having been a former chef in the restaurant industry for 20 years. So, welcome to Racin-n-Braisin. I hope you guys come back for the next video whenever I do post that. Might be tomorrow as a reaction to what the Clash actually produced, but will definitely be a guarantee for Daytona weekend in 2 weeks' time. Super excited to see the season get going, and ready to get rocking on a good 2025 NASCAR Cup Series season. So, cheers, y'all. Leave a comment, like, subscribe if you want. That's how this YouTube stuff works, and I'll catch you all next time. Thanks.